This is a 1968 Chevy Camaro Rally Sport in Tripoli turquoise with houndstooth interior and a front nose black bumblebee stripe. It has a 4-speed automatic transmission feeding a 327 cubic inch, 275 horsepower motor. This was from the days when they could really come up with a name for a car. A word that's cool, but absolute and complete nonsense. Imagine this. In 1968, Chevy produced a whopping 235,000 of these bad boys. Compare that to only 48,000 manufactured in 2019. Yeah, this was and is art in the form of a muscle car. Whether it's 1968 or today, driving around in this baby with your friends is like heaven on earth. Let's get right down to it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Business Banter with Bobby.
GC.
What's happening, BK?
Hey, man. Hey, has anyone in the history of mortgages been taller or better looking than you?
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there sure is. Hey, you want to go for a drive in the Camaro and talk business and shoot the bull?
Heck yeah, brother. Let's do it.
Cool, man. I'm almost there. I'll pick you up at Summit Lending.
Cool, man. I'll see you soon.
So, Bob, tell me about how you decided to get this Monte Carlo.
This Monte Carlo. Get out of town. You, being president, founder, owner of Summit Lending, the kick butt mortgage company
Right.
here in Lee Summit, Missouri. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you came to be in that position
Right.
to start your own brokerage? Because
I looked at the scope of mortgage lending, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting any younger. I want to be like my own thing. So I took all the knowledge that I had, all the experience, and my staff, and we just created our own mortgage company. And with the help of some mentors that I've had, because you're right, it's not the simplest thing to do.
No.
So we had to hire people for compliance and get licensed and go through all the background checks, and there's net worth requirements and all this other stuff that a lot of people just don't get.
Whether you're building a team, you're building a business, or you're just trying to do the best that you can in life.
Right.
I think it comes down to the people with whom you surround yourself.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So whether it's coaching or just your immediate circle and your friends and your family,
Right.
surrounding yourself with hand-picked people that make you want to be better,
Right.
and that, to be completely transparent, that are smarter than you.
This is true.
Right? Like,
Right.
I am not the smartest guy in the world, but I have surrounded myself with people in many arenas that are smarter than me,
Right.
and I learn from them. So I don't have a specific life coach or financial coach,
Right.
but I've got people like you in my circle that help me be better, because in a lot of ways you're smarter than me, right? Or my other
Well, and vice versa. There's tons of things that you're much smarter than
Right.
me, like how to do a video, right?
right.
So I mean but you're right. It's about who you hang around.
Yeah, and
Right.
really, I cannot stress it enough. Surrounding
gosh.
yourself with positive people.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
You mentioned
That's a good point.
sports. What role has sports had in your development as a business owner and as a businessman who's owned several different types of businesses? What role has sports had?
I think it's learning how to get along with your teammates. I think it drives the competitiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sports and just having that natural competition and wanting to win, I think that kind of serves as the foundation that spreads into life. And it's okay to have friendly competition. It doesn't have to be weird or hateful or anything like that. But because trust me, you and I both know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose
Yep.
in life. And So I think that has a lot to do with it. And then like
So not only the competition aspect, but the networking aspect.
Oh, it's huge.
Right. You learn to network
Right.
as a young person,
Exactly.
and compete, and like you said, learn how to be a friendly, good teammate as well.
Right.
That's a big piece of it. Obviously, it's not all puppy dogs and rainbows.
No.
Well, let's start with you kind of discussing some challenges that you faced owning
Sure.
not only Summit Lending but some other ventures. Like, does it just automatically start great, or is there a build-up?
No, I mean, it's pretty much perfect. That's
All the
pretty much
time.
it's the easiest thing I've ever done.
You made great money from day one,
Yeah.
and there was
I
never
was
any
never
challenge.
broke.
I was
Nothing.
never broke.
Ever. I never went 6 months without a paycheck.
Right.
You know? And see, and that's what a lot of people don't realize, even staff, is, man, when you're the owner and you are paid last, right? And I've been, in the mortgage business, typically, during the winter months, things slow down a little bit, right? So you plan for that, but man, we've had a year, just in the last couple of years where the business wasn't going that great just because of rates and different regulations and things like that. But yeah, I went 6 months without getting paid.
Yeah.
But you have to prepare for that, because it's not just me and you in the office, right?
Right.
We've got other employees, which means they're married, which means they have kids. So you're talking about other mouths out there that
lot of
you're responsible.
responsibility, yeah.
It's a lot, man, and it's it is stressful. So personally, I wouldn't have it any other way. Just that's cool. But does that poster that we have in the office with the iceberg?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that has like a specific name, but it has you see the iceberg at the top where it has like the success, and then underneath the water, people don't see all the turn downs and
Yeah.
just all the bad stuff that no one wants to deal with.
I'll
right?
add for the
Right.
finished edited video. I'll showcase that poster here so everyone knows.
Right.
But yeah, everyone sees the tip of the iceberg
Right.
above the water.
Right.
That's the success, right?
Right.
Everyone sees the success, but what
Right.
everyone doesn't see is the part of the iceberg that is miles deep.
Right.
And on that miles deep part of the iceberg that's underneath water are the sleepless nights.
Yep.
Are the refusal from
Right.
people, rejection.
Right.
Thank you. It's all of the 6 months without paychecks.
Right.
It's all of these things that no one sees,
Right.
because all they see is the tip of the iceberg.
This reminds me, the one word that I can't stand? You might know this one word.
What?
You're so lucky.
Luck. Oh,
Right? So, like, anytime if someone says, man, you're so lucky, I almost just lose my mind. Because I'm like, you have no idea.
I have an expression.
No
well, we have an
idea.
expression. You've heard it. It's the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Right.
The harder I work, the luckier I get. And of course, that's a joke,
Right.
because there is no luck when you want to run a business or start
True.
a business or employ people and be responsible for other people. And it's kind of going in that conversation with teams. We don't call our team employees, right? They're
Right.
team members.
They're partners.
They're partners.
And that's the environment that you want to be around, right?
Words to live by. ABC.
ABC.
Right? Always be cool.
Always be
Shout
cool.
out to the 16-year-old young lady in the Honda CR-V just driving behind us for not slamming into the back
Oh, thank God.
of my classic car as we came
Was
to
it
that.
close?
Yeah. Not everybody loves you. Not everyone loves me or us.
They don't.
Shocker, right? What do you think some of your critics might say about you? What are some things that people might often criticize you for?
Is this critics or my wife?
Anyway, well, she's probably going to be your toughest critic.
She is, right? So she loves me more than anyone, but now these are all allegedly, right?
Right.
These are not proven facts. But she seems to think that I might have some listening skills that I might be able to improve upon. So we've got that going. I don't know. I wasn't listening when she finished the rest of it. But,
Which I think is important.
Patience has been. I tell you, the biggest thing that helped me with my patience was about 12 years ago, on February 21st, when Drew was born. So when I had my son, that taught me a lot of patience. So I've come a long way on there, but you probably can relate to this, but I'm just not the most patient person. Like I want something. If I want it done, I want it done right then, right now. And God love my wife for putting up with me, but
because as we know, a mortgage is the biggest thing, the biggest expense of most of our lives. And so whether it's a new purchase or whether it's a refinancing, which everyone should be doing right now, is refinancing your current mortgage. Summit Lending, and I know this firsthand from loans that you've done for me, is that there's a true, that servant, like I said earlier, that true servant leadership mentality of, hey, we're going to take care of these people because they're our community members.
It's absolutely right. It's just like people who serve our country who can get their VA loans. Man, we know that program frontwards and backwards, right? And of course I'm biased, but I don't think anyone can do the VA loan better than what we can do.
I think the biggest thing is that no matter what you do in business, no matter what you do in your everyday life, whether it's at a job or you want to start a business, if you do the right thing always, and if your moral compass always goes north, then you will, like you mentioned, build that network, you will build relationships, and people will always know that you will be there to serve them. And I think that is the perfect stopping point from where we're at, because that's exactly what you and the team at Summit Lending does every single day, is take care of people, serve them, and always do the right thing.
Always do the right thing. Tell the truth.
Darren
Thanks,
Copeland.
brother. That's awesome,
It was
man.
a lot of fun, man.
I love the car, dude.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm so glad you didn't get wrecked.